Gosh, none of this shit is making any sense. What's up, people? How's it going? Here's a random
Look,
episode of us just talking some random horror stuff, some horror that's coming out in these next few weeks, next few months, and however long we feeling doing and all that good stuff. But how's it going? And like I said, this is the last week I'm saying this. Popcorn and Pints will be the last time I say this. So happy New Year to you guys, because that's the first week, and then after that shit, that's done. That's done. There's no more Happy New Year. It's just unless I see you in person, it's different. But so yeah, how's it going with you, Hank Hankaroo?
everything's good. Just chilling, you know.
Eating pepperoni pizza?
Nah, I wanted to see Megan, but I will see it another night.
Yeah, actually going tomorrow. Today, I should say, 11:40 with the
Okay,
wife. That's gonna be fun.
bright and early.
Yeah, honestly, our goal is like as many horror movies like as if all every horror movie that comes out, we want to try to go see, but we're gonna see as many as possible, if not all of them, at least as many as possible. If we can see all of them, that would be great.
I think I might see the next Scream in theaters.
I'm going to if it's I'm
Right?
going to, yeah, 6. I don't
I gotta
want to,
revisit that.
like I really don't want to, but I'm just like, you know what?
You should.
I really want to see more horror in theaters this year. I'm trying to do something different. You know, like, as far as like not just watching just the shit that I'm actually interested in, even watching stuff I know I'm not gonna like, just because the theater experience is still better than
Yeah.
the home experience for the first time at least. And so I'm like, you know, why not? Fuck it. It's not that bad, and it's right up the street. Like if I had to go far, it'd be a different story. But it's right,
What, 10-minute drive?
something like that.
Yeah.
What's good, Jeff? Much better. Perfect here. He's over here. But you know what? Since we're talking about it though, pull this list up and kind of briefly discuss it and talk some shit in general. You just grab this tab, but it's a bit...
The upcoming movies for this year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 2023 upcoming horror movies.
Oh, Evil Dead Rise. Yo, look at that shit, man.
Yo, and here's what's funny for with well, not like haha funny, but for with me is like I don't for the most part, like trailers, I don't really, let me just build this up. Actually, it'd probably be a little bit better, a little easier for people to see.
Yeah.
I try to skip them now.
Why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
I just want the full surprise when I go watch the movie, especially the theater experience, if at all possible, because I know it is harder to skip previews in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna try to figure out a way to do that, even if it's just like talking through them or whatever. But not like being loud, obnoxious, but you know what I mean. Just because I want to try. I love. Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
What's up, creative psychopath?
Podcast. Check them out. Check them out.
Word up.
What was I saying now? Oh, but yeah, I just like to get that surprise. Honestly, just that 100% surprise. I don't know.
It's so hard for me.
It is. I've gotten better with it. So like because fucking. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I did watch the Terrifier one because that was just like so anticipated and blah blah blah, all that other shit. And it was peer pressure because I seen everybody else doing it. But for all these other ones this year, I'm just like, you know what? Just skip them. Megan I seen because of in theaters, so I did see that trailer already. But
You see the behind the scene videos?
nah.
So you know that one scene in the trailer where she's dancing in the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
There's a behind the scenes shot of how it's filmed. And it's fucking weird because it's like a girl, like a 12-year-old, and then it has like this like mask on that's like doesn't look exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like they like did CGI for like her facial movements and shit. It's weird.
That's
Really
crazy.
cool though.
That's crazy. Here, Jeff comes with some nonsense. I don't want to hear this craziness. That unfortunately that is on this list, I
Stupid.
believe, and that is going to be coming up on this list. And unfortunately, I will
You
be
have
going
to
to
see it.
watch that movie, and I will be going to review that movie because of
Are you gonna pay to see it though?
no, my wife's going to be paying for everything.
Hey.
I already discussed this.
Mm.
That can't come out of my pockets.
She's gonna sit there and look at you like this the whole time.
I wouldn't put it past her. You know how she is.
Is this what you want?
We'll definitely do it down the road, man. We'll definitely do it down the road.
What's up, Mark?
Hit me up again, and we'll figure something out, Mark. I hope everything is better now with the family. So, all right. So, Megan, which, like I said, I'm going to see that.
Text me after.
I will. I actually plan on doing a sturdy reviews for it right after.
Okay. Spoiler or spoiler free?
Spoiler-ish, but not too crazy. It depends on how I feel and what I remember too.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it's not too crazy. If it was the podcast, it'd be 100% spoiler. Then Candyland, the slasher movie.
Candyland.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
I'll tell you what though, if it comes just because it's horror, if it comes out in theater,
Is that what all these are right here?
Yeah, this is horror, but this is what I'm saying.
Okay, yeah.
It's like, I don't know if they're all gonna be theater releases. This is just all horror.
Yeah, they don't have to.
What I'm saying is, if this were to come out in theaters, I'd go see it. I would really go see it because it's like
Read. I can't see the text. What's the description?
The slasher movie written and directed by I don't care about his name. Follows Remy, a seemingly naive and devoted young woman who finds herself cast out from her religious cult, so some cultist shit. With no place to turn, she immerses herself into the underground world of tuck stop sex workers, aka lot lizards, as prostitutes.
Oh, I heard a lot, lizards. Yeah.
Courtesy of her host, Sadie, Riley Liv. So it's gonna be some wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna watch it.
They're hookers.
Yeah.
Huh.
Mark.
Hooker slasher. That's like what was that one movie? Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers, I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty cool title. Linnea Quigley's in it.
Yes.
I'm going to meet her in May.
Yeah, you are. I'm really looking forward to this. This and the Cocaine Bear, Blood and Honey, the Pooh Bear movie.
I thought Cocaine Bear was out.
It's coming out this year.
Oh, there's no release date? Just this year?
I think it's on this. Actually, I think it's on this poster.
Yeah, I can't read the text. I can see the picture fine, but I can't read the text.
Yeah, there's something wrong with children. What do you think that's about, Henry?
Children with something wrong?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
What the fuck is that?
So far, all these ones, honestly, I'm interested in seeing all the way up till this shit right here. Kids vs. Aliens.
Ah.
Nah. That's something like if I was out there with you, and you want to take you want to take the you want to go with me to take the boys to the movies, I would go for that. But,
did you see Scout's Guide to the Apocalypse or whatever the hell?
I never even heard of that.
Something like that. Fuck. Hold on. Give me a second. Scout's Guide. It was good. It's like it's the zombie outbreak, but it's like 13-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them grabs there's like this one zombie who's like stuck behind a fence, and she's like reaching like this, and that homeboy runs away, then comes back and like grabs her titty like that, and then bounces. Can I, if I send you this in a Facebook message, you'd be able to watch it?
As long as there's no, I could probably put it on mute just to be safe.
Okay, here we go. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse.
You sent it to me?
Yeah. Oh, not yet. I'm about to.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
Let's see. So yeah, what else on the list?
Hang on, nothing to you. Kids vs. Aliens, which we don't care about that.
No.
Again, you might for my nephews, but
I'm rewatching Wednesday with Rylan.
yo, let's talk about that really quick, right?
Yeah.
That shit was fucking phenomenal.
I'm still. I honestly haven't watched a whole episode beginning to end.
Oh,
I'm kind of watching it in pieces. You know what I mean?
listen, you need to find time to sit down and watch one episode at a time and watch from the beginning because it's worth it, yo. It's worth it. Like, she was perfect for this role at this time.
I'm at the episode after Gomez is in jail. When he confesses to the murder of
Yeah.
whatever shithead's name was, Derek something.
Mm-hmm. I think you're on about like episode 5 or 6 then.
How many episodes?
8? Either 8? Either 8 or 10. I think there's 8. But that shit was good though. That shit was really good. Really fucking good.
You finished?
Anyway, huh?
Did you finish the whole thing?
Oh yeah. Finished that. I think the week of Christmas or the week before Christmas. I forgot. But yeah.
How come they didn't release it around Halloween, or at least in October? You know what I mean?
They released it in November on Wednesday because they knew that I had stuff going on with my podcast and some other things taken care of. So like, let's just drop it November 23rd. So Surf 30 will be ready for it.
I can dig it.
I wasn't ready for it though because I
Even
ended up doing it, the very next week. But
Yeah.
that's the point. They know how.
Crack binge.
Yeah, hanging out with you.
Oh, what do you do, son?
Oh shit! But Infinity Pool.
Infinity Pool.
Yeah.
Don't start yawning. We just started.
January 27th. I'm good. I'm good.
I'm gonna go over here sleepy.
Let me send you these two so you can.
You tired, son?
But I'm good. I'm strong. I'm a strong chocolate warrior.
Word.
There you go. I'm sending you this link too. So if you want to pull
Oh
it up.
yeah, for some reason I can't copy and paste the link.
That's fine.
Or I can. I just don't know how to. But just look it up. It's Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. It's like a 2.5-minute trailer. And Nightbot, that's you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is M. Night Shyamalan's next movie.
What, Infinity Pool?
No.
Knock at the Cabin?
Yeah.
You excited?
I'll have to watch a trailer again, but I remember not being too interested.
Are you gonna watch it though?
Yeah.
Would you go to the theater to see it?
If you paid for it.
I'm not out there.
I'm not going to come out of my pocket for this one.
Honestly, I will. I probably will. Like I said, I'm trying to watch as much horror as I can in theaters this year, so I probably will.
Yeah.
The only reason why it would be a skip is if it's either financial or we're just shit just happens. We're busy.
Yeah, it's not a priority. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not the next Jason movie.
Mm-mm. Speaking of which, supposedly that Friday the 13th thing is
back on track, right?
Series, yeah, the series they're doing, and it's gonna be on Peacock, so that'd be dope.
You gave me your password for that, right? or was it? Okay.
Yeah, you have that one. Peacock. I can't wait for that though. I'm excited for that. Which I'll be doing watch parties for that as soon as that shit comes out. As soon as they give us a date that Wednesday, I'll be doing
Yeah.
it. I have to.
I hope we get another. I hope we get Chucky season 3.
I didn't watch season 2 yet. I will.
Season 2 was announced like not too long after the first season. Like more time has passed.
Was good. Was good. Who's
3.
up? I'm a fellow horror fan. Who is this Facebook user? Where are we at? Knock knock or knock at the cabin.
Yep.
This one, just from the name of the Infinity Pool, I'm kind of intrigued to see this one.
What's the description?
Blah blah blah. Young, rich, in love on vacation.
So they're white. Okay.
Boat Island tour, Gleaming Beach. But outside the hotel gates awaits something much more dangerous and seductive. Beyond the edge of paradise.
There's gonna be titties.
There's gonna be some wild shit. Okay.
That's a titty flick.
Mia Goth is in this?
Oh.
Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth.
Oh, I think they're
That might be them right
in
there.
that movie. Yeah.
What's up, Chris? How's it going, man?
From the Scene Snobs?
Yeah, he's a fellow like a snobby, like a fan.
Yeah, yeah.
He's not, but yeah. Dope show, by the way. Dope vibe. This one, like I said, I would see this in theaters. Like I said, I'd probably watch most of these in theaters, but I'm not that excited to see it.
There you go. Cocaine Bear. Oh, February. The end of February. Is that 26th?
24th. Now this
24th.
I'm excited to see. And it was a nice
There's no way. I tell you what, there's no way there's not epic kills in this movie.
There's no way if this movie comes out in theaters. There's no way if this movie comes out in theaters, I am not seeing it in theaters, and you better watch it in theaters too.
Yeah.
This is one of those ones. It could be the worst movie of the year, but it's gonna be the best time.
I tell you what, the person that wrote the script for this movie, because like that's like a true story. Like a bear found coke and had a heart attack, right, and died.
Mm-hmm.
There was somebody watching the news or like surfing the net and found that article, and they're like, movie.
Mm-hmm. I hope so.
It's a brilliant mind right there.
That's a fucking genius. That is a fucking phenomenal genius.
Cocaine Bear. That's it.
Like
honestly, it doesn't even need a trailer.
I'm not gonna watch it, even if it has one. It's one of those movies to where like I'm hoping it's so bad it's good, or so good I'm hoping it's one of those ones that just kind of sticks around, like even if it's just a certain part of year, certain time of the year, if there's a certain time or certain whatever, you watch this
would be a Christmas movie.
Christmas?
Yeah, hell yeah. Like there's a family that goes to like their family cabin every Christmas, you know what I mean? And this year there's a bear high on cocaine.
You said that like that's normal. But yeah, it's a bear high on cocaine. That's the,
sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't,
Yeah. Come up here when the black and brown guys come, it's usually weed. Bears are high on weed, they just eat shit and fall asleep.
Yeah. Go catch a salmon and then just go sleep under a fucking tree or some shit.
Yep. I'm not fighting no damn bear. You gotta leave that to Mick. Especially a bear on cocaine. I'm leaving that shit the fuck alone.
Oh yeah, they're not feeling anything.
Mm-mm.
There's some wild shit going on, in that head.
Oh my god,
he's having a hard time.
They
look at that picture, dude.
That's hilarious. The kills better be fun. They better be great gore.
No way, this isn't a fun movie. It's gonna be fun. The concept alone is just.
And I would love to have at least one kill from the bear's point of view. At least one.
The first one, because before he got hooked on the booger sugar, he was a good bear. You know what I mean? He didn't fuck with nobody. He just hey, I'm a bear, you know, just chilling.
Looking for
And
something
then,
to eat, got in some coke.
yeah. Seriously, it really is. Look it up.
No, being dead serious. Like
Died from a heart attack.
they died. Yeah, they died. It didn't. It didn't start.
Bear OD'd on coke, and he had no idea. Like he had never felt like that in his life.
That's some crazy shit.
That's hilarious to me.
Wild shit, yo. This is probably gonna be the movie we spend the most time discussing. Because I'm so excited for this fucking February.
How are we seeing this? Is this going to be streaming only or
I have no
theater release? Yeah, I guess I could look it up myself.
I have no idea, but I know one thing: if it comes out in theaters, guess who's going to see it in theaters? Me. Guess like you.
All right, Cocaine Bear. Da-da. What can I watch Cocaine Bear on? Where to stream it?
This happened in Kentucky in 1985. By the way, guys, that's some crazy shit.
I think it's going to be on Hulu.
Megan. Oh, I'm going to see that tomorrow.
Is cocaine? Yo, what are the questions when you put in Cocaine Bear? It says, "Is Cocaine Bear on Disney Plus?"
I don't think.
Nah, son, it ain't. Let's answer that.
It'd be funny if it was.
Cocaine Bear seem to have everything.
Called Bear in the Snow.
175 pounds. Oh, it's a black bear. Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to tussle with a black bear anyways, but I thought it was a grizzly.
Oh fuck no.
Grizzly taking the town.
You know how but you know how funny it would be if they fucked up and put that shit on Disney Plus.
It's a bear movie. They love animals at Disney.
Yeah. Hey, kids love animals too. About what is this?
And kids love Coke, so just you put that together.
No. They just see bear. They probably think cocaine is the bear's name. What is this? Oh my, this is the bear movie, Cocaine Bear.
I want to be Cocaine Bear for Halloween.
Holy shit.
It's just gonna be some fat white dude, hairy as hell, high on cocaine. That'd be the live action version.
Oh my gosh, man. I'm so like I shouldn't be this excited about this fucking movie, and I am. But at the same time, I feel like I should be this excited about this movie because it's a bear on cocaine killing.
It's not better than Helen Keller versus Nightwolves, to tell you that.
We don't know that yet. It could be.
I know that.
You didn't see Cocaine Bear yet. You can't judge it without seeing it.
No, but I did see Helen Keller fight werewolves. So now it's based on a true story.
I don't think it was, but we can go with that.
She was told they were werewolves.
Yo, you were loving. I honestly
shit.
I didn't think you were gonna enjoy that movie as much as you really like. It wasn't even like you really.
I went into it thinking like, and then I instantly, I was in.
Because I remember I was as a joke. I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna get you this on DVD." You're like, "Bet." And I was like, "I'm really ordering this right now." That came like a month. They took dumb long to get there. Came like a month later.
Yeah, they had to like refilm it.
That's what they did. Refilmed it just for you.
11. Yo, I was in when the part when they show how she gets scarred and loses her sight. And it's like two clearly fake like dog paws come down on her face, like it's like they're on a stick, and he goes like that. I'm like, yep. That reminded me of the scene in Scary Movie 2 when the black cat was shadow boxing. If Miles is watching this, he knows what I'm talking about. That cat was like, homegirl took his shit in his litter box and they started boxing.
Oh yes. I remember that shit.
Oh, shit.
The Outwaters. And yeah, just going from this cover right here, this looks like it's gonna be some shit. Like, oh yeah. This looks like it's gonna be some shit you're gonna want to see in theaters, have some fun jump scares. I'm just going by that. I'm not even gonna read the description anymore because I don't feel like doing all that shit. But it's gonna be
what's it called?
The Outwaters.
Now waters. Okay, so there's water involved. Bitches getting wet. You know,
Looks like there's blood on her face.
it's wet, man. It's moisture, right?
That's true. It's coming out in theaters and it's gonna be on Screenbox, which I do have Screenbox. I need to start using it. I can't wait to see Megan.
Imagine if Cocaine Bear was on Disney Plus.
Oh my gosh, we're going back to that again. That would be hilarious. Yo,
They never left. I was still on it.
wow. Then we got this shit. I'm not excited for Scream
Six.
6.
Yeah.
And I hate to admit this, but I'll probably go see this in theaters this year too.
That'll be the first Scream movie I saw in theaters since part 2.
I don't remember if I've seen any of them in theaters. I don't, but I don't remember. I honestly do not remember.
Yeah, I saw part 1 on VHS and then part 2 in theaters, and then after that,
Yeah.
you know, whenever it was on. But
Yeah.
the first one, like I was talking to this lady at the pet store the other day because she had you know, people wear like a necklace and it has like their ear pods in it.
Mm-hmm.
She had a Scream mask on it. And I go, hey, I said, are you excited about the new Scream movie? You know, and then we were just chatting about it. And I'm like, honestly, Scream did not need a sequel.
Nah, not at all.
The story was done. It was complete. You know what I mean? But the money was there, so they kept going with it. From what I remember, part 2 had a pretty decent story too, and then the latest one had an epic kill.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about with the hand sanitizer?
Yeah, yeah.
That was dope.
Part 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It had some cool kills, but again, I wasn't too crazy about the movie in general. Like, I just don't like Scream.
Oh, it's totally cliche. Like this movie was so like cliche and self-aware. You know what I mean?
Of course.
But that's what the whole franchise is, and anyways.
Saw X is the only one you're looking for so far.
Last Saw movie that I watched, it was the 3D one. I saw it in theaters. That was it. After that, I can't tell you anything.
Wait, 3D?
Mm-hmm.
When was that?
The opening sequence. There's this chick like laying on her back, and this was in like some like public space. So there's like people everywhere, and they're watching. There's a girl laying on her back, and then there's a dude on with you know, like those big saws they used to cut trees down with.
Mm-hmm.
One guy on each side of it, and she was playing both of them, right? So they had to like, I forget how. It was either saw her in half and they both live, or they all die, or some shit like that. So they decided to cut her in half, and there's like guts and shit flying at the screen.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's something, honestly, I wouldn't mind with Saw movies, just because you brought it up. I wouldn't mind going back and watching those again, like going through the whole shit, in the right order, like in chronological order, whatever, and just watching them all.
Most of them are on. I think the first 3 are on the first 3 or 4 are on Tubi.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna do that one of these days. I'll look up the right order for them and just go through them and watch them, because it's for me, there's some of those movies I can watch, maybe, like, say if I watch them, like, say this year around like October, for example, I watch all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be good not watching them for a couple of years, but I wouldn't be mad if one of them came on and I just sat down and watched it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one of those ones I feel I need to like re-up and watch, or just watch every. It's come like every. I guess basically when I hear another one's coming out, so okay, you know what? Let me go back and watch them all, and then when this new one comes out, I'm ready.
I just feel like what I love, like the kills and the traps and shit, but like the story itself is just it's all over the place. It's hard to keep up with.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And we have a movie called 65 coming out in March, a Sam Raimi film.
All right, I'm in. After seeing the trailer for the Dead Rise, as much as I love Return of the Living Dead, and you know I love that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him remake it.
Really?
Yeah. With that gore and all, with the practical effects, I think he could do it justice.
I wouldn't be mad at that, man. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Like film the same way like how the Evil Dead was, like the real atmospheric, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Really?
To pull off, take the humor out of it and make it a serious movie. I mean, you can't make a serious zombie movie because it's
I don't
zombies. You know what I mean? Like I watched 28 Weeks Later last night before I went to bed.
Did it help you sleep?
Yeah, I mean, first one was better. Well, yeah, I'd say the first one was better story wise.
Okay. Okay.
But obviously they had a bigger budget with the second one, so it didn't have that like gritty feel to it. You know what I mean?
Glad you saw. You know what? Let me put this list away for now for a little bit because you are important with that shit. No, because you know with the gritty shit with certain types of films,
Cameras and whatnot. Yeah.
especially with that, it brings so much kind of like fear and realism to the film.
Mhm.
For certain types of movies, of course, and for those ones that are like outside in the woods, kind of creepy. You know what I mean? You have the creepy quiet or whatever. You have the jumps. It works for shit like that. Like we love that shit. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a great example. That's one that.
Well, which one?
No, I'm just
OG?
let's say from 03.
Okay.
Perfect. That one was my favorite one from 03. But you had the gritty. You had like the niceness of the newer technology. We saw the grittiness, the dirtiness of that film. It's still, to me, I know to other people may feel different, but to me, to Sturdy, to myself, it
To
made me.
him.
Yeah, me, him. I'm him. That's because nowadays, right? But nah, it just made me feel like this was it right here. Like this was nice and gritty, grindy, dirty. It was like it brought you back like to the feels of the first one in a sense, but it took the first one even further.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It took to the first one to where like the first one probably has, if not the best, which I feel like it is the best, but I could be wrong, and correct me if I am wrong or if you disagree. Off-screen kills, like shadow kills, off-screen kills that I've seen in horror that I can think off the top is probably the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, well, there's no blood in that movie.
Mm-mm. There might be a little bit with Franklin. I can't remember.
Yeah, like that was like the whole like crazy thing about that movie is like people remember it as being this like over the top, you know.
Violent.
Yeah, and it wasn't. Like yes, it was violent, but it was the imagery of it. You know,
Yeah.
they didn't have to do, or either didn't or just couldn't do like the over the top like
Okay, so say they couldn't, it worked out for the better, and say they didn't, they made the right choice.
yeah, I mean think about the scene when Leatherface picks up Homegirl and puts her on the hook. Bop, right? And she's and there's like no splurts or any of that shit, like
Yeah.
just the motion of hanging a human off of a meat hook like that was enough. It didn't have to be bloody.
So okay, so here's a
That's
question.
out to Leatherface.
Yes. And here's a question to everyone here that's watching, and of course to you. What is better than in that sense? Like, is it better to have the gore? Like, what's scary? Is it better to have the blood, or is it better
Well,
to
with
have?
that movie, it was less. It was like less is more.
Oh,
Sometimes less is
oh,
more.
that depends on the film. Okay, got it. I agree.
You know, you can there can be some things like the shadow, like you said, like the shadow kills, like or like the scene from the shower scene from Psycho. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Iconic from the imagery to the soundtrack and everything, or the score rather. Um,
That's actually a great example right there.
yeah, you'll have movies that are like lacking in story wise, and then so they go over the top with like the gore and theatrics and all that shit. And if you have a good story, it could just be
Exactly right here. And here's one thing I could say. And slasher is by far my favorite. I know slasher goes over the top, but I'm expecting that with my slashers. I'm hoping for
if
that.
it's good, yeah.
with this, I feel like this hurts more so for like a paranormal type of film. If it's overly gory without a really good story, then it's like it looks cool, but why? Like it's not that scary or that shocking versus like if it's something that's real, say if the story is like something that's really violent, demonic, torturous, and all that shit, and then you see somebody tortured and all that shit, then you're like, oh my god, oh shit. But if it's just like, oh yeah, it's just a ghost, he's just knocking on the walls, and then you see this shit, you're just like,
Eh,
how do we kind of get there?
it's not going to keep your. It's well for me. It's not going to keep me interested. Like I love slow burns if the payoff at the end is worth it.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes. And you're right here. I think it depends on the movie. Terrifier was amazing with the gore. Texas Chainsaw
Yeah.
had creep factor. Great answer.
It was creepy without being gory.
And what were you saying though, Henry? To finish your point?
Sometimes less is more.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh, and as far as like a good story goes, like a slow burn, that's what you're saying about the slow burn story. So, which damn, I gotta drop these reviews and I'll try to get them out this weekend. But I watched a movie called The Apology, and I watched a movie called what was it? A Fallen something. Hang on, I think I have it up here. Give me like 2 secky weckies. Here it is. This right here, A Wounded Fawn. Actually, this was really good too. 1 bedroom, A Wounded Fawn, and let me grab it. I just gotta grab it real quick. Give me 2 secky weckawoos. Secky weckawoos. Secky weckawoos.
Yeah, he did.
And then this one right here, The Apology. Yo.
They should change it and call it My Bad.
Good fucking movies. Really good movies. Yeah, I did.
Does anyone really apologize?
Lucky Lucky. I love that shit. I like 1 bedroom a lot. What didn't you like about it?
Is there an after credit scene where come to find out there's another bedroom?
Nah. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, man. Check them shits out. Let me pull this list back up so we can see what else is coming upon us. 65.
They better approve season Chucky 3.
I could see why. Maybe it was because it was kind of slow. It was definitely a slow burn for most of the movie.
Slow burn movies are polarizing. Either you like them or you don't. Like there's no
in between. Yeah, I can see that. All right, so 65. Sam Raimi film, like we said earlier. And here's a movie called Holy Shit. Coming out March 21st.
Holy shit.
Yep. It's a black comedy. Louis Rinkus black comedy.
Blomedy or Blamity? Blackity?
It's a bonkers black comedy. I think it means black like dark, not like black like you and I.
My bad.
It's all good.
I miss the motherland, you know.
Portable toilet at a construction site. Okay, I'll watch it. It's gonna be coming out on Screenbox, so yeah, I'll definitely watch that. March 28th. What is this? Family dinner.
I don't see no food.
Meet a new Easter horror. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Coming out March 28th. I'm here. I'm gonna read this description because I'm interested in this shit.
I just watched Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween the other night. I enjoyed it. H2 was just trash.
I agree.
It's a hit or miss with Rob Zombie. I think he's had a lot of misses lately.
But anyways, I'll answer that. I'll even pull that up and have a little discussion on it in a second, Jeff. But I just want to read this real quick.
Oh, I see some pilgrim bitches right there.
Meet a new Easter horror. Meet a new Easter horror favorite this year. A teenage heads to turn aunt's farm for Easter. It's gonna be some wild, crazy shit.
Yeah.
And I can't fucking wait. I can't fucking wait. There's gonna be some wild, crazy, wild, silly shit going on with this shit. But
sure.
we'll get back to this in a moment. Envious men. Envies men. We'll come back to that in a moment, though. We're going to pop back up, though. Rob's version.
Whoa, that's a hot take, homie.
See, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I liked the first one of Rob's. I hated part 2.
You can't make a statement like that without giving some kind of explanation.
And then right here, because this is what started it. So, I'm not gonna say I've seen a ton of his shit because I didn't, but from what I've seen, so let's start with Halloween because we're discussing that. I like the first one.
Three from Hell should have never happened. I'm just saying.
I like the first one. I did not like the second one. I wasn't a fan of Three from Hell. Didn't really care for it. The other two,
They should have shit canned the whole movie. When Sid died, they should have shit canned it. It was out of respect to him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
R.I.P.
He said they both put him to sleep. The Halloween movies.
Drink some coffee, man. It's a good movie.
The first one was, I thought. The second one, because I did rewatch the second one recently, and I was just to see which ones I hated the most out of Ends, the second one, and Resurrection. Resurrection. And yeah, that was a rough watch for me, but I did it.
Hey, he's never been to space.
Not yet.
Just saying. Just saying. He's never been to space.
Doomsday, how's it going, man? Joe over here talking about some random horror stuff, and
Chucky's going to space. I'll take the House of 1,000 Corpses over Devil's Rejects.
I like them both though.
I like the, as bad as it was, the scenes in the hotel room. Like they had that family hemmed up with the empty gun.
Ah, yeah, you're right about that.
Sick though.
It was wild.
Robert Undead is a sick dude, in a good way.
You know what, Doomsday? I'm actually with you on this. I watched them recently, and I think for me, Ends
was disappointing.
I think part 2 was the worst for me, and then Ends, and then Resurrection.
Like I wasn't mad at Ends, but I was disappointed, and that's worse than being mad, right?
I don't know what I was. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shoot me a message on Facebook and I'll shoot you the link. You can get all set up. Hell yeah.
Word.
Fucking. Yeah, it was. It was just like, and you know what it was for me? I don't know what what the popularity, or not the popularity, I guess what the whole like big fan thing was for Halloween Kills. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem. But for me, for Halloween Kills, I didn't think it was all that great. I was disappointed in that one as well.
Yeah, at least they gave us a heads up, though. Didn't Jamie Lee Curtis say the movie is going to be real polarizing?
About Ends or Kills?
Yeah, or controversial, or I forget exactly what she said, but
I don't know what she said. Yeah, I don't remember what she said, but I'm just like, man.
I just look at it like this trilogy as this is the season of the witch. Like that's their.
I don't even. I want to look at it like that. I wish they would have tied it into Season of the Witch. That's all they had to do. And boom, which we had this discussion before.
Yeah,
but it's like.
But that ending, she threw him in a fucking that wasn't a meat grinder. That was like something that ends up metal.
Yeah, car crusher. And that would have been a cooler kill in a different movie.
Yeah, that should have been over the top. There should have been blood and more just Mortal Kombat fatality. You know what I mean?
That kill right there would have been better if it was in a Terrifier movie. Way better.
Give it time. Part 3 is happening.
Better. No, I'm saying if they did that same exact kill, like say if Terrifier did that kill first, that kill would have been so much better. And it would have made more sense for whatever reason. Like they just fucking oh my god, you guys seen the movie. He was weak as shit. Fucking Lori whoops his ass in the kitchen.
Whoa. But I mean, in his defense, how many years was it that he was down there?
Like 4, right?
Some shit. Yeah, like he wasn't getting nothing delivered. He was eating bugs and shit. Like
We don't know what he was doing and eating. Just because he was hanging
he
out
wasn't
down
getting
there.
he wasn't getting Chinese food. He wasn't getting nothing good. You know what I mean? Dude was in the sewer. The homeless cat knew about him.
And fuck with him. Maybe they had a deal. Maybe the homeless cat went and got him some food. And he didn't kill him.
Could be.
Hey.
God, that scene was what was that in Halloween Kills? When he put like what 12 he took all the knives from that cutting board, right? It was like
oh yeah.
Bang, they went over the top. That was some Jason shit right there.
Man, it was super violent.
Yeah.
Super violent in that one. I'm just like, holy shit. Like, you don't really see this out of Michael. The thing with Michael that you like you like the violence here and there, but the thing you like out of Michael is because he's kind of like a silent, creepier killer. Like the thing you like about Jason is because he's silent, but he's that brute force when he gets to you.
Yeah. I still want to see them fight.
Oh fuck. There is a YouTube thingy of it.
Yeah, I remember that. You sent me a while back.
I think they did a part 2 of it too. I believe they did, which was pretty dope.
I love shit like that.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
When the fans make it. Like when I was saying, we were watching that behind the scenes video with your boy.
Oh yeah.
Like you can tell, like the dude that was playing Jason wasn't just playing Jason, like he was a fan. You know what I mean?
Passionate.
You can tell. Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Without saying a word, because it's all in the mannerisms.
Mm-hmm.
The breathing, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah, you're right about that. You're right about that. Speaking of because we were just talking about that, what was that? The Friday the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
So next Friday, Regal Cinema is showing Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th.
Oh no shit.
So I'm going to see that shit.
Hell yeah.
I have to. Like
You've never seen it in a theater, right?
Never.
Never,
ever.
The only like old school movie like that I saw in theaters was this was like 3 years ago.
Bambi.
4 years ago. Is there? Yeah, technically it was 3 years ago. Halloween. The OG Halloween.
Nice.
This theater, and it was cold as fuck. It was like a week before Halloween. It was like close to close to like the zero negatives. It was cold as hell.
We seen, I mean, I don't really count it, but just for old school movies, we seen Jurassic Park, we seen Jaws, and we seen
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Nightmare on Elm Street a couple of years ago. So now,
Friday. At Rotterdam.
No, Nightmare on Elm Street was at Colony Center.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Either way, I would. That had to have been when I lived here because I would have been there.
All right, John, I'll check it out right now. Oh, I know you would have been there.
Hell yeah.
You would have been there.
What are you doing?
So John's gonna come on and talk some horror with us for a little bit too.
Right on.
Just send him the link. Sent, sir.
What happened to Jeff?
He couldn't get it working with his phone. So
okay.
He's in the chats right now.
Yeah, we're trying to go to Florida again in October.
Nice.
Yeah.
There's Jeff. He said he's here.
I love the fishing down there. That shit is wild compared to freshwater fish.
Shit, maybe next time you get down there, you guys can try to link up somehow.
What part of Florida are you in?
Try to meet in the middle if possible. I don't know.
We're thinking Pensacola. I want to catch a shark. Spring Hill. I don't know Florida. Yeah, I think it might be in Pensacola. It's just miles and miles and miles of beach.
Nice, nice.
30 minutes drive to Tampa.
He's about a half hour from Tampa.
I'd have to look at the. It has to be over an hour. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe 2-3 hours. I don't know. Because Navarre Beach, Pensacola, that's like close to Alabama. That's like up in the cut of Florida. You know what I mean?
Not touching too much of the crazy.
I didn't see any, but I was there. Hell yeah.
Damn.
I want to catch a shark and punch it in the head and then just put it back in the water.
Good luck.
Just so he knows what's up.
Or she.
He got dragged out of his house, punched in the nose, and then put back in the water. Oh, 4 to 6 hours. Fuck.
Damn. That's a fucking overnight. That's at least an overnight stay, if not 2 nights, damn near. Because you got an alligator. I'd say 2 days because you have a day to drive, a day to hang out, and then a day to drive back. I say you need that day to be able to do some shit.
It's a 4-hour drive to the place I'm doing the tournament next Saturday. I'm leaving Friday morning after I drop the kids off to school, and then I'm hopping on the high. It's like a straight shot down one highway, and then you bang a right, like another 10 miles down, and then it's right there.
Go word.
Yeah, it's an easy drive. You just gotta worry. You go through an avalanche zone, and you gotta worry about that, and then like hitting a elk or some shit. I'll be all right though.
Yeah. Are you liking your newer truck?
I love it. I got to put some weight in the bed though, because when it's not in 4-wheel drive, that shit fucking swerves.
Yeah.
That thing just getting a couple bags of rock salt, throw it back there, or sand or something,
Sand.
or a dead hooker, whatever comes up first.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's jokes, people, just in case you take shit serious.
Yeah, there's.
What kind of truck you got?
Chevy Silverado, 2015.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yo, I still can't get over my.
Yo, we can see. We can see him. I can't hear him.
He's messing with his sound. You might have to put the settings in the bottom, or he's trying to sync the sound or some shit.
Yeah, I'm going after a lake trout at this next tournament.
Another GM guy.
Built like a rock. Crack rock. Yeah, I'll be right back though.
Yeah. I still can't believe I lucked out on that fucking 6-liter Swallows gas. I can only imagine. I still can't believe I got that fucking V608 RAV4 with 18,000 miles on it, man. Like, I'm just like, wow. That's a fucking blessing. May have to mess with some settings in the background, John. Or in the settings wheel, I mean. I'm gonna pull this list back up real quick. Bring it back over to the list. Yeah. Like I said, the black one I had, Joe. My dad has it now, but that has like 245 245 on it, basically 244 and change. And it died on me on. I mean, it stalled out on me a few times on Christmas. So I was just like, I can't rely on this shit no more. Get me back and forth to work, so I got to go get something different. And Zach found it online like that same night, so went and test drove it that following Tuesday. Brought it home Wednesday. Yeah, chucked it up Tuesday evening or something, Tuesday night. Yeah, they are. In the V6 show, those are hard to find with the Ravs. They only did them for. They stopped doing them in like 2012, I think. And that power, the little bit of the power that shit has compared to my other one, that shit is fun. All right, I'm gonna move the list back over.
You gonna eat that?
Oh shit, he did it. He did it. Oh my gosh. All right. Bring these movies up again real quick. There's all right. I think this is the movie with Nicolas Cage.
Renfield?
Yeah, this shit right here. Let's
Yo,
just get the way.
it's my turn.
Look at that.
It's my turn.
He looks like a fucking asshole. Yo.
Those teeth look stupid.
I'm in the show. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now we can hear you.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good. I switched from my phone to my computer. I usually don't use my laptop. So what's going on? I hear Halloween ends. I got to talk about that shit.
Yeah. I remember last time I talked to you, remember you were saying something about it being your favorite movie of 2022, and
give me a sec. I'm going to turn on my Bluetooth here.
That's a hot take right there.
All right. This should help out a little better. Yeah. Halloween Ends is definitely not my favorite movie. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, cool. I just want to make sure I was switching my Pro Buds. It's nice. I actually like Restream for this, but it doesn't work well with my phone. So like I said, I'm on my computer. But yeah, Halloween Ends is my least favorite in the Halloween series because it absolutely destroyed what Halloween 2018 did and what Halloween Kills did. Whether you liked Halloween Kills, I know that's kind of divided, but Michael Myers was a beast in that. And I think they could have done the Corey story well if they introduced it in 2018, but you could tell they had no idea what they were doing. You get to the end of the movie, and we're going to go Halloween 3 style, which I am a fan, too, of Halloween 3. I'm definitely a fan of Halloween 3. I liked it as its own movie. But you just totally destroyed the character. I'm not a Jamie Lee Curtis fan. I've never been as big of a Halloween fan as I am. I do not like Jamie. Give me Jamie Lloyd. I'll take her. I'll take her over
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Laurie Strode any day.
What don't you like about Jamie Lee Curtis?
I don't know. I'm just never been a fan of hers. I've always wanted Michael to take her out, and I guess I was a little disappointed he didn't in Ends.
He should have grabbed her ankle, pulled her in with him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Danielle Harris. I find her to have more of a likability aspect, and I thought she was fantastic in Halloween 4 and even Halloween 5. And there's been some bad movies in the series. Resurrection I never thought it could be outdone. But what Ends did, and I know people love Ends, so this is just for me. I'm not going to try to speak for other people because there are people that love it, think it was amazing what they did, and I respect that. But for me, it just totally destroyed Halloween 2018 and killed it for me. I went in. They should have finished it off, and handing off the torch would have been great. It just felt like a whole bunch of stuffed in story to try to, I don't know. James Jude Courtney, and I've met him. I spent a lot of time with him and spoke with him. Super cool guy. I think the best Michael Myers, him and Nick Castle. And for them to just, you know, I always think of the South Park episode where George Lucas and Steven Spielberg were remaking Raiders of the Lost Ark, and you just see him bent over. And I swear I could see the Michael Myers like just like that. That's how I felt watching that movie. And people are like, well, we've foreseen the same Michael Myers story. We've seen this, we've seen that. Well, let's at least finish it. I'm going into a Michael Myers movie. I don't care about this Corey guy that I've never met before in my life.
It was like a last minute
was
story.
killed, and we're gonna send our story about a character that I haven't grown to care about. Now, if you want to leave the mantle ending and even introduce this character, let's not make it about this character and transition better. I think it could have been done well over 3 movies. They tried to cram it into 1 movie, and then the whole movie was just a mess for me. I knew there was something off in that opening scene. I knew there was something off. I mean, like, wait a minute.
But like what you said, what you said though a little bit ago, I agree with when you were saying how. Oh fuck! I had it. I just lost it. Fuck.
Transitioning.
Yes, the transitioning. If they had it through the 3 films, or even the last, if they had it for part 2 and part 3, but just introduce them in the one that's supposed to be the last fucking film, it's like, why? Why are we getting this now? Like, did you guys just run out of ideas and this is what you thought was going to suffice for us? And on top of that, if you're going to do this, at the very least, make the Michael Myers mask a silver shamrock mask. At least give us that. At least give us that. You get a little bit of nostalgia from part 3, and it makes it make a little more sense. Somehow Corey gets the mask from him, and it kind of takes over, and that's how he beat Michael. But
he whooped his ass in that.
Yes, he fucked him up. It doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it great, but it makes it a little bit better than what it is.
The problem with the trilogy is they disregarded everything after 78. It used everything from the other movies from 78. I mean, they really did. From Halloween 3 to Halloween 4 and 5, they used stuff. They even used stuff from H2O if you kind of look at it. And it's like, all right, I get it. But there was really no connection between Michael Myers and Laurie Strode. If you really think about the whole movie, part 2 really kind of set Michael Myers to the knowledge of the town, what he was. Because in the first one, it was just a random killer who killed a few babysitters. Now, nobody 40 years later is going to remember somebody who did that or be scared of them. Or there was just no. Yeah, I mean, no, that's why that movie killed it for me. I like 2018 a lot. It had its faults. Like I said, James Jude Courtney is the best Michael Myers other than Nick Castle. I mean, the dude came on screen, totally killed it, owned every scene he was in. And to me, he made Halloween Kills what it was with just his presence on the screen with the bad writing, evil dies tonight. And then to just sit him in a
that was the worst part of that whole movie.
I mean, they should have, if they were going to go that aspect and end it, they should have just continued from Halloween Kills night, built it up where they're chasing them down in some way. Him and Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode have their final face off. He's beaten. He's gone through everything. Then I can understand him getting his ass kicked. Not, well, it's 4 years later. He's suffering from injuries from before and this and that. The Hulkamania thing that they had him do to, where he looked at Corey lovingly in the eyes to transition the shape. I have no problem with them continuing the journey, because even James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle do not sign Michael Myers. They signed the shape. So I'm all right with Michael Myers ending and transitioning into the shape. Where Corey would have been fine with being the shape, even taking the mantle. Even at the end of the movie, Corey, you saw his cycle from a good kid. Had something in the second movie that brought him down. And then in the third movie, you don't have to have that eye contact where evil changed, where evil transitioned, where this boyfriend went through hell and back and the town turned on him and the fear. And just a different way. There was a well done story that could have been done over 3 movies that paralleled Michael Myers' story and Laurie Strode through the thing.
Yeah,
But they
honestly,
couldn't do it the third one.
Because bits and pieces. You know what they could have did for the first one is when he's babysitting the little boy and he kicks the door, and then what happens, and boom, he goes to jail or whatever. Say that's the first one. The second one, maybe you see him in a jail scene or whatever. The third one, he's at is when he gets out.
The newspaper clipping, anything.
Well, even the original boyfriend, what was his name, Brandon, and had his cycle go through the whole story. His father dies. I mean, there's things you could have done to transition it. You throw this kid in, who Jamie Lee Curtis loves him, and then she sees him at one point. Like there was just so much missing. They have this connection, her and her granddaughter, and then they get together, and then one party later, the dude freaks out. Any reasonable girl is gonna be like, "Fuck this dude, he's crazy." Still loves this guy. I mean,
she still, she was in.
There was no build up to the relationship to understand their bond.
There was no build up at all in that movie. Like,
there was no build up to him rising to where you're rooting for this guy and just watching him, suffer from things, tragic events that happened to him that were out of his control, and for whatever reason, there was a good movie in all 3 if they spread it out, but they had no idea what they were doing. I mean, and the funny thing is with James Jude Courtney, he's like, oh, they've always planned for 3, and now I love James Jude Courtney, but I don't see it. If they did have a plan, I don't see it. I don't see it at all. And I think the fans deserve, no matter whether you think, okay, they're doing something different, finish Jamie Lee Curtis, Laurie Strode, and Michael Myers storyline, and then you can transition to a whole new point in the saga, to make the movie grow, add that without showing too much. The shape is the shape where you don't need to show that much. You don't need to explain that you have this big thing. You just understand that evil transitions, that the shape, becomes something else. They'll always be evil. It doesn't have to be Michael Myers. That evil is still out there, and it'll never end.
It could be anything.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it could be anything.
I just felt they really missed the ball. I think there was a great movie, a great trilogy in it, and with ends, it totally killed that whole trilogy for me. I mean, to me, I can't even watch 2018. Well, I guess I could, because I'll just end it there. I can't even watch Kills because there was no end to it, and the way they ended it was terrible. Resurrection, we can end at H2O. Michael Myers got his head chopped off. That was just a throwaway, random movie. At that point, let's be honest, the franchise, the storyline, people didn't care about at that time too much, and Resurrection was just forgettable. Now, you mentioned Halloween 2 with Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I know a lot of people hate on Rob Zombie's Halloween movies. I don't. I like the first one much better than the second one.
Yeah.
But even with the faults in it, and I hated the white horse. I think if you
didn't make much sense.
No, but Tyler Mane, I've met him a few times. It was a beast as Michael Myers in his own.
Yeah, I'm meeting him in May, actually.
Nice. Yeah, super cool guy. I met him. I've met him a few times. I met him at Crypticon Kansas City, and I met him a few months back at Phantasm Orlando. Always a cool guy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in Denver. Colorado. Okay. Yeah.
Crypticon's going to be out there in Denver this year. I think it's going to be their first event. You should check it out.
Cryptic. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Crypticon. I'll be at the Kansas City event and the Minnesota event. Maybe I'll go to the Denver event. That's quite a haul for me. And put on a Doomsday's Crypt table.
Is it Crypticon with a K or a C?
C.
Okay.
I don't know if they've announced the dates yet, but I know they are doing Denver.
Crypticon, Colorado.
And they put on a killer event, so definitely check that out.
No shit. Okay.
But I always looked at Halloween, Rob Zombies, as like it doesn't affect the original 78. I took it as its own movies.
Yeah, and I mean, I even do that with like remakes and stuff and reboot and all the other extra shit, and even the extra silly sequels that people care about or don't care about. Like it doesn't ruin the originals for us. Some of them just suck, and it's just like, oh fuck, because you're expecting it to be like, oh shit. they brought back such and such from the original, this, that, and the third, to give that nostalgia, to bring us all back to go watch it. And you're just watching it. It's like,
not found.
And the thing that they might not have announced it yet, I can check with the promoter Chaz. I've gotten to know him well.
Yeah, they posted last in December.
Yeah, so I know it's in the works. I don't think it's been officially like, like everything, all the details and everything. But they, actually, Kansas City, I'll be meeting Nick Castle again, PJ Souls, and to me, the problem I have with the whole thing that hurt so much is James Hugh Courtney was a great Michael, and it had so much potential in those trilogy. That's why that ends is the worst for me personally. I wasn't sick of Michael Myers. People are like, "Oh, what are you going to do with Michael Myers? You're going to just do the same thing over." I've heard that said a few times. They tried to do something different. It was creative. It was artistic. It really wasn't. It was lazy. It's like, I don't care if it's repetitive. I want to see cool Michael Myers. And James Hugh Courtney, this is his last time being Michael Myers. You're going to sit him in a sewer. And the look was great. I loved the mask look. I loved the dirty look. I loved the mold on the mask. I haven't even bought a Michael Myers ends mask yet. That's how much I hated the movie. Like, personally, I'll get one because the look is so good. Damn, man. I mean, you have the best Michael Myers sense, or even better in some people's opinion than Nick Castle. And there's been other guys who've done a really good job or not so good job, in my opinion. I've met many of the Michael Myers. But James Hugh Courtney was just, he brought something special to that character. And to just sit him like that and just, not use him the way he could have been used in the brutality and just leave it like that. I was sad for James. I know, like, I can't speak for him.
It didn't do the character justice at all.
No, it was insulting.
You deserved a better.
I took it as an insult as fan.
All right, Jeff, cuzzo. Give my little cousins a hug and kisses from me, and talk to you soon, cuz. Have a good one.
Word.
I look at it as the Last Jedi syndrome. I went there to see Luke Skywalker come back, and then my expectations were subverted. And I felt like that with Michael Myers, and that sucks. I get some people love it and think it's smart. To me, I just find it straight up insulting. There's so many more Halloween movies you can make. At least finish this trilogy with Michael Myers.
They should.
And then start fresh again.
And then you could have done the whole Corey storyline. You could have handed off the torch. You could have had Jamie Lee Curtis killed Michael Myers and Michael Myers' mask sitting on the table. And in the last scene, you see that mask gone. And somebody's taken over or something's up. I just don't get it. That's what bothered me. And that's why Halloween Ends, for me, is the worst in the Halloween franchise by far. And I didn't think Resurrection
myself, I haven't seen every movie in the franchise to say that myself, but it is, out of the ones that I've watched, it's my least favorite.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of the Thorn. Even part 5, I was kind of excited to, in a sense. I think Halloween 4 needs a sequel with Danielle Harris at this age. There could be a great script written for Jamie Lloyd.
I didn't see that one.
You didn't see Halloween 4, huh?
I did not, no.
But then they get into the Thorn trilogy. It kind of got interesting.
Like Halloween 5.
Right? Yeah.
And then Halloween 6, it was, the story was all over the place, but you got Loomis in it, you got Michael Myers being beast mode, you got great sound. And I can watch that movie over and over again. As much as I just kind of take out a lot of the story and not pay attention to it, I can take the Michael Myers. I can take Dr. Samuel Loomis, and that was his last movie. So I love that movie. I can watch.
How did he survive that explosion at the end of part 2? Like,
Donald Pleasance was.
And all he had was that little mark on his cheek, right?
Oh,
yeah. the nipple.
Yeah, he had something going on there.
Well, if you notice it in part 4, they change it because his girlfriend at the time, or wife, was like, "It looks like you got a nipple on your cheek," or something like that.
He should have been a little more.
You notice it changes around into Halloween 4, but Donald Pleasance, to me, the Michael Myers, Donald Pleasance, the Dr. Loomis, Michael Myers storyline was more than the Laurie Strode Michael Myers storyline. I've always felt that connection. That's why I didn't care that much for Laurie Strode ever. And I'm not a big fan of Jamie Lee Curtis. I'll say it right now. You know, I get out to the events. I have no interest in meeting her. I never liked her as an actress.
So you weren't a big fan of True Lies?
No. Well, I like True Lies. I think that's the one movie she looked really
I remember
good
that
in,
shit.
I
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's amazing. He's done some amazing action movies. Terminator, Commando.
Was that 95 when True Lies came out?
True Lies came out in the 90s?
Yeah, it was 95, 96.
No, it was before that. It was.
Was it?
I think it was.
I remember seeing it.
I think it was 92.
My friend's dad had the black box where you can get the. I don't know if it was a thing where
that was a good movie. That was a good movie, and she was good in that movie.
I'm talking about her.
I think I liked her more in that movie. I think that's the one movie I really liked. That Trading Spaces she was good in. But I never liked her as Laurie Strode. I never liked her as Laurie Strode. I didn't find her likable in 2018. I didn't find her likable in Kills, and I certainly didn't find her likable in Ends.
What about the original?
The character.
What about the original?
I wanted to see Michael handle some business. Let the kids survive. To me, like I said, the characters that got me involved, obviously Michael Myers, but Donald Pleasance and Loomis. It was never to me Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. You know, I mean, you could take any character, and I'm sorry to say, I should put it better. I don't dislike Jamie Lee Curtis, but I'll take Danielle Harris over any day. I lost my headphones here.
I could see that. I mean, I get what you're saying with that. And then as far as I don't know,
he had more time with Dr. Loomis than he did with Laurie Strode.
That is very true. I feel now that. So would it make it any better or any different, or I guess any better? Would he wouldn't be chasing the doctor though, really?
No, it'd be the other way. It'd be the other way around. Loomis would be chasing him.
But it's basically what it is in a sense. Michael's chasing someone. Loomis is chasing him, kind of, after he breaks out of the facility.
Needs a dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all done it.
No, we haven't.
Oh.
Most of us haven't.
Fair enough. Like, that's one of the only things I remember from age 2 was he ate a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And some weird shit happened.
Dog, I mean, you know, you don't knock the dog. It was delicious. The man has to eat.
Yeah, I understand. I get it. Throw some barbecue sauce on it. A little ranch, maybe, you know?
All right, I gotta get this off my chest, guys. I gotta just.
No, you don't.
Wait. Shit right here. Nicolas Cage.
Hey, the chick from the first Terrifier is in that.
Yeah, he's got an Art the Clown smile movie look on in that. It's creepy.
Yeah, I'm not liking those teeth.
I'm kind of liking.
I'm not liking the teeth.
Yeah,
I'm not liking anything.
You don't like the look? It kind of looks like a cross of a vampire, Terrifier, Art the Clown, and the movie Smile. I've never been a huge Nick Cage fan. I think he overacts, but he's done some great movies too. Yeah.
Now this isn't an official Universal monster, right?
I don't think so.
No.
Count Dracula. Okay, never mind. Renfield. Yeah,
Once Bitten was better.
He looks so fucking stupid.
Once Bitten, that was.
I want to see Jim Carrey do that
movie. Yeah, I was gonna say Jim Carrey.
Hell yeah!
4th.
I did.
I don't know. DVD.
I think the only movie I really liked Nick Cage in was Raising Arizona. Was good. And then what's the one he's not Mandy, the other horror movie, but he didn't talk much, which was great.
Face Off.
No. Face Off. Actually, I'll give him a lot of credit for that because he did.
On Air?
No. It was a horror movie.
It just came out recently.
Oh,
yeah, a couple years ago. It's almost like the video game. What's that?
Puppet shit. It was the pup. I know what you're talking about. It was because I reviewed
it. Yeah. It was the Chuck E.
Happy
Cheese
Time Murder.
No, it wasn't that.
No, but they even have like a video game that's like it. Where,
I don't know.
yeah, I can't remember the name of it either. I
But
can't remember.
just me seeing his face in it pissed me off. And then the part where he's playing the like every single day on his break, he would go and play the machine.
Yeah,
The machine.
he'd have to have his energy
Oh,
drink every single time.
I like that. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it was a
It
decent
was like a
movie.
knockoff.
He was quiet, and all he'd do is he'd crack open every hour, like either was an orange
Yeah,
energy
or
drink.
an energy
Yeah,
drink.
he was like the caretaker.
He was in there for like 24 hours or whatever. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a knockoff of like Five Nights at
Yeah,
Freddy's.
yeah, Five. That's the video game I was talking about.
Yeah,
Five Nights. I almost bought it just because I liked the movie. I mean, like,
I played one of them. Yeah, I played one of them. I'm at a loss for the title, but yeah, I know
They
what you're
were on
talking
sale for $4, and I was too cheap to buy it. You know?
about. Yeah,
You're like, well, I got to be fair. I buy games like that all the time, and then I wind up keeping in my library. I got probably like 300-400 video games that I've just bought, and I still am yet to play. And I have very little time, and I have big time ADD when it comes to video games. I'll start something, I'll get bored real quick. I'll be like, I got to do something.
alphabetize it.
Yeah, well, I'm doing like The Witcher 3 right now when I get a chance. Cyberpunk. What else am I doing? Sekiro. Yeah, I just.
Yeah, I'm waiting on the remake of Resident Evil 4.
Yes.
I'm playing the original Part 4. I was playing it before we started doing this, actually. Love Part 4.
Did you ever finish, Aaron? Did you ever finish Part 7?
I finished 7. I started 8, and I'm still playing. I gotta get back on 8. Let's just say
8 was okay game, but it just didn't feel Resident Evil for me. It was kind of like we'll have a Chris Redfield cameo, but we're gonna stop bringing in Universal monsters and this and that.
I think 8 was a little. It was. Did you play the download content for 8?
I don't know if I did.
It came out. It's called Shadows of Rose.
I don't think I did.
There's like a whole nother. It's like 3 chapters, I think, where you play as Rose as a teenager.
Oh, Rose! Every time I hear the name Rose, I think of Golden Girls.
And then you remember the one chick, she had the doll that talked for her.
Okay.
You end up back in her mansion, or whatever the hell it was. You end up back in there, and there's some
V.
crazy,
Was that her name? The V, the lady with the
Venetia something.
Yeah, Lady V.
Yeah. There's a scene with mannequins. It's fucking wild.
I'll have to check it out. I don't know if I got the DLC. I know I played through the whole game, and it was cool, but it just didn't feel Resident Evil to me.
It was a little over the top at times.
Resident Evil 1 is like the first experience in a video game that I didn't know what I was buying. I bought a PlayStation for Madden back in the day, and what was it, 96, 97 when it came out?
Yeah.
And I asked the guy at Sears, back all the way at Sears days.
I'll let you know.
He's like, try this game out. And I grabbed it. And then Resident Evil was the first game that went away from Donkey Kong for me, and it's Super Mario Brothers from platform game to a 3D game.
I like it just
the intro with the live action, even though it was the worst acting ever, but it was impactful. And then you get into this mansion, it's like, what the fuck is going on? I'm moving all around, I'm exploring, I go through this door, and this thing,
there's nothing like it at the time at all.
I'm like, oh my god, I just opened a whole new door of awesome.
Yeah,
and that game, Part 1, I know a lot of people love Part 2 and prefer other.
The remake, the remake of Part 1 for the GameCube was amazing.
I played it. I actually played the remake. I like the original better, only because I enjoyed the old man to young man. That part in the original game got me, where you had to pick from young to old, because I never played anything but a platformer. So these puzzles were
it was everything about
it forever. It's like, I don't understand. And this was before you could find. So it took me a long time to kind of figure out old man or young man to old man, watching them grow. It's like, okay.
It was paintings, right?
Yeah, it was paintings.
Yeah.
There were certain things. There was more in the remake, but there was also
a lot more
missing that I really loved in the original one.
Yeah, I remember the first time I got to the very end of the first one, the original first one, and so the tyrant comes out, and I had no idea what to do. I had like shit for ammo, shit for health, so I just kept running around. And then
I was lucky I didn't have to reset the whole game. That was the debut of survival horror, because you didn't realize you had to save that ammo. Luckily, I was cheap, just like I am in real life. And I only got this many, and I didn't realize how much it saved my ass in the long run, because
at the very end,
frustrating to get all the way through and all those hours and all those puzzles, because that's even hard today when I played the remake, because there's no like X button pop up. There's something here. You have to like click, and you just happen to find it. It doesn't.
There's nothing prompting you. Sometimes there's like a glitter, like a little shine. Sometimes,
if you're lucky. But
if you find like a magazine, or ammo, like when you in that first hallway when you're pushing the shelves and then the dogs come through the windows.
Yeah.
Remember there was ammo behind those shelves that you moved.
I grabbed it.
Yeah, there was no prompt to pick them up, but they were there.
No. You got lucky a lot of times in that game.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't, like when I played, it was 97. There was no YouTube.
None of that
explanation. Oh. Actually, the young man to old man pictures, I had to ask the guy at the game store. I'm like, I just can't get past this spot. And when he explained it to me, it helped me understand the rest of the game so much more too.
Was that the puzzle? If you do it wrong, then all the crows come off the bar and they chase you?
No, it was just you'd feel like there was no place else to go. And you were at these pictures, and it opened the door when you went young man to old man. If I remember right, you're talking
going around.
What is it? 23, so 26 years ago when I actually played the game, and I'm just telling, like, for me, that was the ultimate experience as a horror fan growing up in the 80s, zombie fan, and experience a game that I had no idea about. Like, I didn't know anything about it except for this guy said, "You want another game? Let's throw it on the credit card. You bought Madden, you bought a PlayStation. Try this game out. You'll like it." And I had no idea, and I was just blown away from the opening. Yeah, well, the opening, like the live action, and then running.
Remember in the remake, if you try to open that front door in the remake, a dog comes in.
Yes, I do remember that. I'm like, I'm out of here, bitches.
Yeah. If you don't kill it, it stays in there.
Yeah,
you have to kill it. Yeah,
I was pretty lazy. I just reset it and restarted, so I didn't have to waste any ammo, because it's still in the game. I don't want to be wasting ammo in that game. But it seemed like you got more ammo in the remake compared to the original. The original was very scarce with it, and you couldn't, they say you can knife the dude, but you can't knife the dude.
I don't want to do
games. Yeah, there was no way. I mean, I've seen
videos
with the knife, but no.
They knifed the tyrant in the first scene when you fight the tyrant when it comes out of the like the test tube.
Yeah,
there's videos of people doing that with just a knife.
Isn't there a guy who spent like 24 hours or like just 48 hours, something like that, just fighting one boss with a knife?
I wouldn't.
It's like insane. Yeah, it's like, holy shit! I wish I had that much time to waste. No, actually, I'm glad I don't have that much time
amount of damage possible. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just bought a new game too. Well, it's an old game, but the remastered. It was on sale. I think it's still on sale if anybody's got a PlayStation. Alan Wake remastered. I'm looking forward to playing that. And some of the games I've been into is these indie games. Like, they're from the Wales, like the UK, and they're very easy for me to play, since the older I get, the worse my game skills get. And it's like choose your own adventure books. Like, I played this game called Night Shift, where you just pick different things and there's different endings, and I found those fun. Like, I'd love to do an indie project on my own where it's a cool story, horror based, where maybe you're even in the sense of the color, and you make different choices going into this cabin, and ultimate different decisions and outcomes.
That's similar. Actually, that's similar like The Quarry for the most part.
In a sense, yeah, but this is live action I'm talking to. Get those actors in there, live action movie. And these Wales guys get like Lamborghinis and he's like $6 million. I don't know how they do it. but they're fun. You know, it's live action. It gives the actors a chance to really shine some of these new ones, and some of the, you know, it's not perfect by any means, but I see so much potential in it that I'd love to hop in that market with Doomsday's Crypt. You know, something cool that Aaron Sturdivant, you know, old Sturdy can, you know, say, is this as bad as Camp Blood?
Check it out. Oh, I don't think it'll be as bad as Blood Lake. That's gonna be rough.
Blood Lake. I'm Blood Lake. My bad.
That's
I still haven't finished that movie, but I think I'm more lenient on indie than you are. Like, you're more of a straight shooter. I'll usually try to find the best things. You'll be like, man, this movie, yeah, and I respect it. I respect it with Sturdy.
You know what it is? Here's what I said positive about that movie. Besides the fact that they made it, give them credit for all that good shit. The Firebird. Love the Firebird. Shouldn't have been pulling that.
Firebird was nice. The music was kind of cool in the intro too.
Didn't need those punk ass kids driving that, funking that nice car up, but you know the car.
But there was a lake. There was a lake. I know it didn't make too much sense, but there was a lake.
A good fishing spot.
The movie was. Did you watch it, Henry?
Yeah, once. That's a one watch for me.
I watched it twice, but I'm not proud of myself for that.
I'll watch the Helen Keller movie. I've watched it at least 3 times.
But
Aaron was mad at himself, and he's like, "What do I have to do to punish myself?" And he watched Blood Lake for a second time.
I forgot why I watched it for a second. Was because I was getting I was trying to get other people to watch it to review it with us. Like I was just gonna review it, but like I'm not watching it. If you're not gonna, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll watch it again."
You got to have some talking points.
And yeah, but that's one of those movies you watch it once, you're not gonna forget it. So when people start talking about it, you're like, "Oh yeah, I remember this dumbass shit."
Who first came across it? Was it you or James?
Both of us. So what? Okay, so I guess technically him. So what happened was, this is way before the wheels, and we were just talking like, "Yo, let's find a movie. You know, look for a movie on Tubi, figure something out." And he found Blood Lake, and just by the title, Blood Lake, right? So yeah, he found it, and then I found another, and so he watched it, right? And he was like, "Yo, this movie was bad, blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna spoil it for you." And I think I watched either that same day or the next day. I watched Blood Lake, but I watched the wrong one. I watched Blood Lake Attack of the Lampreys. It was called Blood Lake, and it said Attack of the Lampreys.
Oh, I remember that. And then he texts you, or you text it, and then you guys,
yeah,
you were watching the wrong movie.
Yeah, so I watched the wrong movie. So he ended up watching that one, and I ended up watching the other Blood Lake. They both suck, but the Blood Lake that's been talked about for years on this podcast now is the worst. Was the worst one. It was just. And with indie though, I'm usually good about it, but if it's bad, I'm not gonna act like it's not bad. Like I can't, because it wouldn't be fair.
Yeah, it's not all bad.
No. Blood Lake is all bad. I want the rights to it though, but it's.
What would you do with it?
I don't know.
I think Aaron's actually given that movie so much. I swear there's got to be people who have just watched that based on Aaron.
Oh, the views have gone up for sure.
Oh, Aaron's least favorite movie of all time. He's helped make sure people see it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what
it.
You know what it is with movies like that. Don't get me wrong. I love the big name movies. I love the gems. I love the movies that everybody says you should have seen if you've seen them or not. But then there's the movies like this, love it or hate it, which I hate it, that a lot of people may not have heard of, but it's fun when you have like these podcast conversations, or when you go to a con, they go, "Have you ever heard of Blood Lake?" or "Have you ever heard of Thanksgiving?" And like, "Yeah, that movie with the killer turkey." And like, "Yeah, that shit is fucking." And then some people just look at you, "What the fuck are you guys talking about?" Like, "Yo, listen,
killer turkey, son. Gobble gobble, my dude."
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they all deserve it. Love them or hate them, they all deserve to be in the conversation. Love it or hate it, you don't have to enjoy it.
I think it's subjective. Sometimes
it makes for good conversation.
The worst, yeah. I mean, to me, that's what it's all about. Even Halloween Ends, at least I can take out of. I could sit and explain my point of view. And there's people like we've talked about, and luckily you guys are on the same page as me, as not liking it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's people that like it, and I'll sit and debate them. I'm not going to like knock them for liking it. To me, I saw so much more potential that they just threw in the trash.
I honestly, I would like to talk to more people that actually liked it and see why they actually liked the movie, because it's not going to change my mind at all. But just to see
other points of view.
Well,
yeah.
most of the reasons I've kind of heard and taken away is how many times can we see Michael Myers doing the same thing? Blah 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 blah. They needed something fresh and different, and I don't know. I don't agree with the explanation, but I respect it, and I don't think it should be compared to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, because Season of the Witch was a movie on its own, and
it's completely different.
they never made it. You know, people say, "Oh, well, Michael Myers wasn't in it." But back in the day, it wasn't like they sat there and said this is like another Michael Myers movie, and I do think they should have just called it Season of the Witch. But Halloween was always supposed to be an anthology. It was never supposed to be a Michael Myers series.
But people love Michael so much.
Loved Michael.
I mean, when I was a kid and I didn't know, I was waiting for Michael Myers. But even though by the end of the movie, Michael Myers isn't in it, I enjoyed this movie. This is a good movie. You know, I enjoyed the twist ending. There were things as a kid that maybe today's generation and maybe people that watch it now don't experience, but the experience I walked away with some of the twists and turns and the kid watching TV and bugs coming out and snakes coming out. It might seem a little cheesy now, but for me it was impactful. Like, oh, that freaks me out. And
make you think twice before putting on a mask.
I still enjoy that type of shit though, like especially if I'm going back to the old classics that we all grew up and loved. But then if you see it in a newer film, and if it's done with the practical effects, even if it's done with the practical effects, special effects, but done right, like done, you know what I mean, looking right, looking good, not too, you know what I mean, not just it's just people. It's like somebody who knows what they're doing, can afford it, and then knows what they're doing, has the passion for it, are the best to do that type of stuff.
The problem is with the way it's great with the internet and everything that goes on now, but back in the day, it was so much more limited. So when you'd see certain things, it'd be more powerful. It hadn't been done yet, and I don't want to say everything's been done yet, but sometimes it becomes redundant where people, you know, I get the influence, but it doesn't have the same effect. It's not as original the way they did it. Yeah.
It's not like impactful.
Yeah, it just doesn't hit the same way it did. Then again, I'm an older man. I don't know what impacts, say, a 10-year-old, 12-year-old young kid at my age nowadays compared to what I was like back in the 80s watching. I know you guys talked about Friday the 13th Part 5. Like, I love Friday the 13th Part 5. Like, I really was a fan of it.
Yeah, like,
because I didn't expect Jason. And I love the twist ending. Like, for me, the twist ending was the best part about it. Yeah. And it made sense because they did kill Jason. And in a sense, it should be, people shouldn't be mad that Jason wasn't in it. And to me, it was special. The first one I watched was Friday the 13th Part 6 with C.J. Graham, who's him and Brooke are my top.
That's the first one I remember. I think that's the first one I remember watching.
Part 6?
I think so, yeah.
Or
the one that stood out the most. That was the one with the scene with the RV, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
RV. I think for me it was I want to say Part 3 might have been my first one. I'm not 100% sure though.
Well, Part 6 has a very special place for me because I played hockey. I was getting ready to go to Canada with the road trip. It was me and my dad. And he's like, you know, he wanted to record his son playing hockey. And back in the day, those VHS players or the
he had to put it on his shoulder.
He bought one.
Yeah.
We went to the movie place and I sat there and I watched Friday the 13th Part 6 continuously. I think maybe I rented 2 movies, but Friday the 13th Part 6 lasted. It was black and white. I watched through the whole like that with one earbud in and watched that movie like the whole trip to Canada from Massachusetts.
Damn.
And you know, it was a special experience, not only watching the movie, but also a memory with my father.
Oh, yeah.
This trip. So, that it left a special spot for me. That movie did. It didn't scare me. Like Halloween scared me. Friday the 13th never scared me, but I always loved Jason. And my buddy had Friday the 13th Part 5, and we'd watch it all the time. And I loved the movie. After years of not talking about it, when I came back to like say social media and I started doing what I'm doing and finding out, oh, people really hate this movie. I mean, like, man, I like this movie. I thought it was really good. I thought Part 4 ended well with Jason. And the only way to bring him back was Zombie Jason, which to me, part 6 is the one I really like as far as zombie Jason goes. I love Kane Hodder as Jason, but the movies themselves never really, like, not being human kind of took away from the human Jason or deformed Jason, or, you know, there's something about those that scared me more. And
That's what I liked about Michael Myers. Was that he was human. He wasn't a deadite or a dream demon. He was just a human.
He didn't try to explain it. You know, I mean, with Michael Myers, the best explanation for Michael Myers is you don't explain it. You know, Loomis was a great character because they didn't really sit there, and that's where people have the problem with the Rob Zombie one, which I enjoy the flashback for them in the whole transition.
Yeah,
as a separate movie, but the John
I didn't like that wig though. That wig was not necessary. With the Loomis, he had that wig, like it was clearly a wig, and it was like he had like the bob cut.
Oh, you're talking on the Rob Zombie one?
Yeah.
Well, you know, nobody did. I can't.
Nothing's perfect.
I love Malcolm McDowell. I think he's a fantastic actor. I did not like him as Loomis. I didn't find him as likable.
Aaron met him.
Even though Loomis was a dick.
No, and he was there. He was at that con, but I didn't get his autograph. I didn't meet him.
Okay.
You didn't want to wait in line for 2 hours. I don't do that. Either I meet somebody or I don't. I don't do the long lines like Freddy Krueger or Robert Englund.
We tried that.
Scarefest. I'm running a table. I don't have time to sit all day waiting in somebody's line. But I met Lance Henriksen, and Robert Englund was literally like right there. So I kind of just look. I saw you in V. You know. But give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, guys. And
yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I'm still good to go for a little while, at least like 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, same here. Wrap it up at 20. Get 2-hour mark. Let's put him backstage till he comes back. I see him.
You gonna eat that?
Oh man, yeah, man. But I can't. Like we're going. Like I said, we're going to see Megan later today, which is gonna be cool to see that.
You get the tickets already?
Just gonna go there because we're going right to Rotterdam. We're going to see that, and then, like I said, next Friday the 13th, and there's another horror movie that comes out next Friday. I believe I forgot what it's called. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, next Friday. I will be getting ready for the tournament.
Nice. What day does it start? Saturday?
I got to be on the ice by 5 a.m. Saturday morning.
How far are you staying from the place?
20 minutes.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Knowing you'll probably be out getting ready by like 4 something anyway.
I slept at tops an hour and a half last year, because like the lodge we stay in, it's like this. It was like a huge cabin. You can tell, like initially it was like a huge cabin, kind of like where we stayed at camp.
Yeah.
Like that. But it's broken down into hotel rooms. And there's like a fireplace, there's a flat screen, but downstairs there's a bar. There's a bar and there's a little mini restaurant. You can get like a burger, French fries, shit like that.
But was it loud?
No, not at all. It was mostly just people that were there for the tournament and like families and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's not like a party place. You know what I mean?
That's good. No, because you're saying you can get sleep. Were you just too excited?
Oh yeah. Well, there was like 6 of us in one room with 2 beds, and my one boy he had like 3 Jack and Cokes, I think it was, and it came time to wake up for the tournament. He couldn't drive. He's like, no, I can't drive. So our other boy, he drove to the tournament, and yeah, it was funny.
Damn.
And then I went out. Well, we all went out and smoked, and then I think I had like 3 or 4 beers, and then smoked, and then just kind of laid there and watched
whatever
Adult Swim, like Cartoon Network. And then yeah, I was high as hell, and I think it was an episode of Rick and Morty was on, And so wild shit happened, and everyone was sleeping, and I was the only one awake, and I'm like, like try not to laugh and wake everybody up. That shit was funny. I slept maybe an hour and a half tops.
Oh man, I understand that. Then those when it's one of them things you're excited as hell for.
Oh yeah,
It's like a kid on Christmas, basically.
yeah. And I caught a decent trout. I didn't place though, but
you how were your? I know you said they had a good Christmas. How are they like as far as getting up? Do they sleep in for Christmas Day, or are they up early as shit?
on Christmas,
like the typical kids are, or like how they're portrayed as like in shows and movies. Is that like a real thing?
yeah. Rylan woke me up at around 7, quarter to 7
What time do they normally wake up? Non-school day.
on a non-school day. 9:30, sometimes late as 10.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So that's different then.
But Rylan had basketball tonight. They both had basketball in the morning. So and they're playing in different places. So I'm taking Lyle to the one over here, and then Serene's taking Rylan to the other one. He synced a couple shots tonight.
Good shit.
Like 3 or 4 shots. Yeah. He's
boys,
definitely one of the better players on his team.
Keeping them boys busy though. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. Lyle does. I mean, neither of them like going to bed, but I mean, Lyle 5. You know what I mean?
What kid does? What kid did?
Yeah. So like when Rylan was playing basketball, when he was doing like they're basically just like running drills.
Yeah, yeah.
I took Lyle outside and we ran around the building, and we were like chasing into just to tire him out. You know what I mean?
Did it work, or were you more tired?
No, well, we both were. I got cold. I'm like, yo, we should go back in. I'm like, are you cold? He's like, no. I'm like, well, I'm fucking cold. We're going in. Except I didn't say that word.
Nah, and he was lying. He was cold. He just wanted to stay out and run around you more. He just wanted to play longer. You were tired, cold.
For real.
90 degrees. I'm cold. We got to go back in.
Are you sure you're not cold? He's like, no.
Have
you guys watched Vengeance 1 and 2 yet?
I seen the first one. I didn't watch the second one yet.
I know of them. I haven't.
I actually got Jason Brooks coming on next Saturday.
Nice.
So make sure you watch that. Yeah, he played Jason. CJ Graham's in that movie. Tom McLaughlin, who was the director and helped.
Aaron and I, we interviewed him.
Yeah, we interviewed
him on the podcast.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
It was audio only.
At the time. Yeah, that's right. It was at the time. Damn, that was a while ago.
It's like 3 years ago, dude.
Holy
shit. Glenn was in the sequel, who was in Halloween Part 5. She was the blonde.
Yes.
What's your podcast called?
It's Doomsday Script. I'm on YouTube, and you can also find my group. There's a group and a page. Make sure you check out both. I usually stream on both and YouTube. YouTube always helps with the sub. You know how it goes, Aaron. You know, it goes a longer way than Facebook.
Is it? Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I see demons in there.
Did you see the new sculpt I got going on for the 3-Eyed Demon by Josh Lucas? No, you haven't seen that? No, it's in the group. Yeah, man. Dude, this piece is gonna be sick. I'm so excited to have it as a centerpiece at these conventions.
Yeah, I just joined.
Amazing.
Nice.
Oh yeah, the chick from that was Pazuzu in The Exorcist. She's gonna be at the con in May as well.
Speaking
which
of
con? Rocky Mountain Horrors.
Okay. Well, you're in Colorado, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
There's you guys looking forward to that new Exorcist movie? Or are you gonna go check it out at the very least?
No, I never got into Exorcist. Just the first one.
Okay. I don't know. It's the same people behind the Halloween trilogy. I don't want to I think they have a lot of talent, but I hope they really invest into writing a good script and having anything planned out that they have planned to do. I don't know. I did something about remakes. It's either really good, like I enjoyed the Friday the 13th remake, and I enjoyed the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. It did its own thing. I even enjoyed the Halloween remake by Rob Zombie, like we talked about.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
there's certain remakes that it's like, why? You know, I mean, why? And I'm not sure if Exorcist will connect with audiences now and have the impact that it did back then. And it feels like a cash grab. And you know, all the power to them.
Do you think? Here's my question for you guys. Do you think they'll try to use just to like get the kids in there? Try to use like a lot of technology one way or another?
What do you mean?
I hope they go with practical effects. Are you talking CGI?
It could be something as simple as like something like this, or like, you know what I mean, like a podcast type forum, or like a TikTok type thing, or like a YouTube type thing. Of course, not using those exact names, and just like a challenge. Somehow whatever with an exorcist something, and then kind of making it. I hope they don't make it like a something like that. I'm hoping
it's a good concept you can take and go anywhere with it.
Yeah,
but they've done Exorcist movies with different takes. That's not called Exorcist. Now, if you're gonna do a remake, you're gonna have Reagan. You're gonna, you know, I mean, what? I don't know. Like,
Have her as an adult.
I don't want to say it's going to be a flop, but I just don't know if it's going to succeed. Like, am I excited for it? No. If it looks cool in the trailers, I'll probably watch it. Am I going to go to the movies to watch it?
I will.
That's remains.
I thought it was a show. It's a movie.
I mean, I
believe it's supposed to be a movie. I believe.
Oh well, if it's in theater, yeah, I would check that out.
Possibly. I think I'd go off the trailers. Like, if the trailer captured me and go, all right, you know, I want to check this out, I'd do it. But if the trailer looks like dog shit, I'm probably not going to go see it in the movie theater. I got a feeling it'll be a straight to streaming type movie, because I just don't see it getting box office sales that will have people going. No, if they finished off the same guys, Blumhouse finished off the Halloween as well as they started off with, I think they could have gotten a bigger audience. The way they divided the whole fandom with ends, sure. I think will totally affect the way they do the amount of interest in the Exorcist remake. And just like I heard they're going to be doing the Halloween 3 remake, which I think could be really like, if there's one movie I think that could be remade really well in the Halloween series, it'd be part 3. Because there's a lot you could do with it.
I think the best thing you could do with Halloween 3, make it an anthology with the 3 different masks.
Yeah.
Somehow they connect. I'll say you could do 3 stories, you could do 4 stories, or the 4th story they connect. But I say just make 3 different stories, or even 3 different movies with whatever. You could do a series with that even.
I think the idea that was there, and they could have connected it, and that's what they kind of led to with the tower and stuff, that they were going to connect it to Halloween 3 somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And what went on with Season of the Witch, and they really dropped the ball on that. And I think there was a good story. Someone who the Third Channel, Michelle Lynn Blasky is doing a fan sequel to that movie, which, if you remember, at the end of Halloween 3, they turned to the Third Channel, and you know, because they were trying to shut down all the things. And I think they're, you know, I had her on one time when we were talking about the movie, and I said, you know, and this was when Halloween Kills came out, and this was an idea I had. I'm here like, if they didn't show the trailer of Halloween in that movie, you could use that tower in some way, and you thought they were gonna to explain. If you're gonna explain Michael Myers, at least connect it and have the radio tower somehow, you know. Because those kind of radio waves, I think people can connect with, because there is ways and people understand the mind the way they do, and integrate that. And you could even have that the trailer of Halloween was in it, where it just, you know, there's some sort of hypnotizing or control taking over that they could have used real well to tie in Halloween 3. If they decided to go that way, it doesn't mean they had to, but I would have been cool with that. I would have been cool with the radio tower being impactful in the Halloween trilogy that just came out, to, you know, especially since they put the masks in and Halloween Kills and stuff. And I thought the updated masks looked great. I think there was so much opportunity in that trilogy. I think that's what bothers me so much about it. And then Halloween Ends kind of just
well, you know, as far as like you were saying with the radio waves or whatever.
Yeah.
That could play off like the fear some people had of 5G internet and all those cell towers and stuff. That could play off of that, and I think that'd be pretty cool.
For the
There's a lot.
Halloween
Yeah.
masks, actually, that would work perfect.
I love modern versions of old, like modern ideas of old ideas. I like that's why I like the Child's Play remake.
I don't mind it if it's done right. Like the Child's Play remake, I like. I only seen it one time. I do need to go back and revisit it again because I actually enjoyed it a lot. But I need to go revisit it again.
I did too. I liked I if it wasn't, the problem is if it wasn't called Child's Play and it was its own movie, it was a great movie. The problem is that they tried to go off of Child's Play, and the only thing they needed to do, and was make it their own, and it would have been good. I mean, I guess it's bringing Chucky back, and I get it. I do get it. I get it, marketing wise, investment wise, when you're laying down that much money.
It was a cash grab.
But
that I enjoyed.
It was a good script if you made it its own movie instead of
dude. The one guy, he had his face ripped off by the rototiller, and then it was put on a watermelon. Like, that's pretty wicked.
It made more sense than a possessed doll in today's, storytelling.
Yeah, that's why
you got to make it believable. You have to, I don't want to say I know, this or that, but what affected me back in the 70s, 80s isn't going to affect somebody today.
Right.
Now, if you write something that's what scares people today? Technology. You want to use that.
Right. Yeah, and that's why I like it. Like, I don't like to call it a remake. I'd rather call it like a modern version.
Or
I like it as its own film.
Yeah.
I like it as its own film, and I enjoyed what they did.
Yeah, absolutely. Even with the opening, how the opening was, it was a commercial for the company that made the Buddy doll. I forget what that was called, but you know what I mean.
Good Guys.
No, I mean in the remake.
Oh, I don't remember. I watched it once, but I liked it. Okay.
It was Caslin, yeah. So like the intro was a Caslin commercial.
Yeah, it had its, there was, I didn't watch the movie and was angry because I can take
not at all
away. I like the fact that they didn't try to, I don't think they needed to use the Child's Play name, but I guess they did in a sense to market. But I took it as its own film, just like the Rob Zombie Halloween film, and I tried to enjoy it for what it was because it didn't affect the other Child's Play movie.
Not at all. Not at all.
And for me, Child's Play kind of got ridiculous. I mean, the series got ridiculous, just like Halloween got ridiculous as the more it went on with sequels.
Like, in my opinion, like The Bride of Chucky is like the downfall of the series, but I love that movie.
I grew to like that movie. See, that came out. I'm an 80s kid. So when things started going from horror to comedy horror, like even Freddy Krueger started becoming a character of what he was, and Bride of Chucky and all this. Child's Play 1 and 2, and I even liked 3. And then when it kind of got there, I was at the high school years for me, where I don't want to say sleepovers with my friends kind of ended. I was more into other things, and the horror genre was really lost. Like, it's more embraced now. Like, people, The Bride of Chucky, this and that, all this stuff.
We saw
it as a horror fan. I saw it as the downfall of these movies.
Well, the three of us. Yeah, the three of us, like Aaron and I, we snuck into the first movie I ever snuck in to see was The Bride of Chucky with Sturdy. We had tickets. I think it was for Rush Hour.
I don't remember what it was for.
We had tickets for some other movie, and then we went into The Bride of Chucky right at the scene when Chucky pushes the TV into the tub. Remember that?
Yeah. You guys are luckier than me. I have the same experience, but it was Halloween 4.
Right.
I had to try to get into that movie 5 times because I buy a different ticket, and the one lady she saw me and she's like, I fucking hate this guy. I swear. Because
we were with our friend.
She'd watch me the whole time, and she'd kick me out of the theater every single time I went in there. And my parents were like,
she knew
I was going to see Halloween 4, but they refused to buy the damn ticket for me. So here I am trying to get into Halloween 4, which was my first Halloween movie to see in the theaters. And this one manager had a duck like I'm I Spy going through. And I finally got in like after the 5th or 6th time. Like, I mean, literally 5th or 6th
That's
time.
awesome.
This lady was just there every time, and she'd see me. She'd be like, and the first screening was filled, and she still picked me out in the first screening. So it took so much work.
But like, so both of our
she's
stories,
like a school teacher librarian that was worse than anything.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about horror. Like, you know, you can talk to any horror fan, and they have a story like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't say that about romantic comedies and, you know,
other genres.
Yeah, basically any other genre. Yeah.
But yeah, like shit.
Every horror fan has.
I don't know if I enjoy horror as much as the experience of not even watching the movie, but the experience going into watching the movie, going to the video store, renting that movie, having my buddies
that's how it was.
over.
Yeah.
You know,
but I feel like that all adds into it because it's like okay, this Friday, I know, for example, like Henry's coming over this Friday. My mother's gonna take us to Screen Gems. After that, we're gonna go to Price Chopper. Yep. We're either gonna go to Price Chopper or we're gonna go somewhere. We're gonna grab some food right after, and then we're gonna go home. She's gonna make us some pizzas.
Big ass fucking brick.
Yeah. She gonna make us some pizzas, and then she's gonna go upstairs. The living room's ours for the weekend. Just leave her alone. If we want to,
you're going back old school. You're going back.
Yeah.
12, 11, 12. You're. I dig it, man. I wish I could.
Because honestly, that's where. I mean, we met each other in 2nd grade, so our horror, as far as us getting into horror, started maybe like a year sooner. But as far as
right around. We were in 2nd grade when Jason Goes to Hell came out.
I saw that in the theater.
We were in 2nd grade.
Yeah.
I've never seen that shit. Yeah. They were thinking I'd get in trouble for saying hell in school.
Oh, Jason Goes to Hell. Oh man.
The
title was scarier than watching the movie. I mean,
right.
Oh my god, I hate that movie with a passion. I do.
But like just talking about those movies, just thinking and going back, I'm like, yo, like I'm 30. Well, we're both 37. We've been watching horror for about 32 years of our fucking lives. That's most of our lives of just maybe not consistently, obviously watching as much as you can now because one, you're an adult and you have more access to it. You can buy what you want.
I have a bad habit of watching the same movies over and over.
But you're still, but you're still watching horror. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I know what you mean with that. And honestly, yo, from doing this show, this podcast, and I'll even say with Popcorn and Pine, just made me, because of the wheels and all that shit when we do the movies, made me watch just so many different movies. And we may have to start trying to do this more on Fridays when we're free, because you just do some movie reviews. I know you're a lot busier with your schedule now, but maybe do a
once I get a better feel of how the schedule works, everything is. But I mean, if it's continuously like how it is right now, then I'll be able to be on more often.
That way, just review a movie that you've seen. Give it a week. Give you a week to watch it, and boom.
I think people forget about some of those movies, like Hellraiser 1 and 2. That'd be great. I'd love to watch you guys watch that over a weekend together and talk about it. Because that's, to me, those are some special movies that came out in '87. Really, the pinnacle of where horror was at the peak and started to, but Hellraiser, I think Hellraiser, yeah.
Oh yeah, let's pull out some shit. All kinds.
My personal favorite is the Return of the Living Dead franchise.
We could do that.
More so the first one and the third one. Second one, meh.
What was the third one?
Dawn of the Dead?
I like the remake. I've never finished the original.
Oh my god, my buddy Mike Christopher is not going to be happy. He was the Hare Krishna zombie.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though. You got the glasses and like the light green skin, bald head.
Yeah.
To get up.
Mike Christopher is cool as hell, though. I've had him on the show, and actually got a big ass bust that's not in here.
Are you on the East Coast? Are you?
I grew up on the East Coast. I'm in Missouri right now, so I'm
Okay. You're not too far from me then.
no, I'm not that far. I got a good buddy in Colorado. That's why I was thinking about doing Crypticon, bringing the Doomsday's Crypt table to Denver if they do one there.
Yeah,
They always put on a good
I'll check
show.
you out if you're ever out here. Yeah.
Yeah. Even if I don't go in Crypticon's in Denver, check it out, man. You won't be disappointed. They
Yeah,
bring
I
us
started
back.
following the page, so I should
Yeah.
get the updates for.
I want to get Chaz on, who runs the show, and I mean, dude, they kill it with the people they bring in. So I'm sure Denver will be no different. He deals with Sean Clark and a lot of the top agents that bring in these amazing people. Like speaking of Child's Play, Christina Lease and Alex Vincent will be at
I have
again. I met them both. They're
I
really
have to meet
cool.
both of them. Aaron, Sturdy, he met
Alex Vincent.
yeah, got me his autograph. He met Brad Dourif as well.
Yes, sir.
I haven't had a chance to meet Brad yet. I do want to meet Brad Dourif. He hasn't been at a convention. I'm looking forward to meeting Terrifier Cast, David Howard Thornton.
Oh, Aaron and I.
Yeah, I
have a picture
this year.
I hosted the Terrifier panel at Scaricon 2019, Aaron?
Yeah. Yep.
2019, where they announced part 2
of Terrifier. Yeah, they announced Terrifier 2 at that con he was doing the panel for it. And then they announced that Felissa Rose was going to be in it. I was like, oh shit.
I've met Felissa a few times, and she's really, really cool.
She's my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. She's going to be at a few events that I'm going to. She's everywhere. Her and Dave Sheridan are like really, really close.
If you've never met her, then you haven't been to a con.
I've met her a few times.
You know what I mean?
I have like 100 limited prints by, I don't know if you know Scott Straka, Aaron. I posted his art. I got a limited. I'm planning on Doomsday's Crypt box that has her autograph. She autographed 100 of them for me, and there's like 10 blood versions of it, and it's Angela from Sleepaway Camp. So I'll be launching that box just to give a little. I just haven't had a chance to get to it because I'm working crazy, but that's going to be in the first Doomsday's Crypt box, loot box.
Keep me posted on that, man. I want to hear about
this. Yeah. I'll show you. I'll show you the. I'll send you some pictures of the piece. It's insane. Scott Schrock is an amazing artist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't have anything hanging up by him right now, but you check it out. It'll be there. And yeah, man. I'm hoping to do a few tables with Beatrice Bupley, who's Freddy Krueger's mom. I'm hoping in these upcoming
Amanda Krueger?
Yeah. I'm good friends with her. We did Phantasm Orlando together. She's one of my best friends. Actually, I even got her book right here, Krueger Curse, which is awesome.
I didn't even know.
Check it out. She'll send it
she on
autograph. She is. Follow Doomsday's Crypt. She is the Doomsday's Crypt spiritual advisor for the group.
Okay, I'll find her.
Yeah, so she'll be on the show soon. She is one of the nicest people.
I was just going to say, does she do? I was going to ask. I was like, yo, does she do podcasts? And what she?
I'll get her on for you. She's one of my good friends. I'll look you up. My buddy Brett Wagner, the Lost Leatherface. I want to get him at some of my tables. Was in the Crazies. He was in John Dies in the End.
The original Crazies?
He was in a few scenes. He was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface until he had medical issues. But he did do the Kemper kill in the remake and Slam the Door. And then
nice.
Yeah, so yeah, and then unfortunately he had not unfortunately, because Andrew Bernarski did a great job as Leatherface, but he was the original cast in Leatherface, and he is in a few scenes, and he's a good friend of mine. And he was actually on my podcast tonight. So yeah, there's a few people I'd love to see and bring to some events with me that I think the fans would really enjoy, like Amanda Krueger, Freddy Krueger's mom, and Beatrice is one of the nicest people you will ever meet in your life.
I have to get that 8x10.
She's become family. I mean, like my parents were at Phantasm. She met my daughter. She met my nieces. She met my sister.
There you go.
She sat at the table with me, and yeah.
Can you guys see that?
Oh yeah, the Terrifier. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a fun.
David Leone.
Yep.
David. Not Damon Leone. David Howard Thornton.
David Howard Thornton. That's awesome. Catherine Corcoran, and I forget.
Jenna.
Yeah, that's awesome. I Terrifier is like my big favorite. Actually, I actually got a Scott Straka piece.
Like a
I own the
2-hour
original Terrifier
I had
2.
like a 2-hour notice before.
I forgot I had this here. That's Scott Straka. He did the
Oh, you got to get that signed.
That's the original. I got prints of it, but that's the original. That's the one and only he did. And
Yeah,
definitely
dude, get that signed and
to
framed.
Oh yeah, that's the original.
That's a one of a kind right there.
That's Scott Straka. That's the one who did the
Yeah.
Felissa Rose for me. So trust me when I say the piece is incredible and it's limited.
Yeah.
I paid him to do the original. I got the original and I got limited blood prints of Felissa Rose and then clean ones, and all of them are awesome. I got a clip. I'll send it to you, Stardy, of Felissa Rose with it. I've met her a few times.
Yeah, I got to see that.
I even got her phone number. I haven't called her or nothing, but not like she asked me, but she's seen me at quite a few events and she respects what I'm doing as with Doomsday's Crypt, and she is one of the nicest people ever too.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah.
Felissa Rose is like, she's at every con, but she's like the coolest person to meet, and
so nice.
She's always in such. I heard she was like the nicest person. Like, how nice
she's the best example.
You meet her, and it's
celebrity to meet at a con.
Yeah, she's one of the coolest. That's why every convention wants her to go. I mean, everything I look at, she's going. She's going.
Yo,
she's going.
I swear to you, every single time we go to a con, or me and my wife go to a con, we end up talking to her, and I end up getting her autograph.
Well, yeah, she was at that con too. I got right here we go.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The bar, and then there's Jonathan Tierson right behind her.
Yep.
She's one of a kind, and honestly, in my top 5 movies, Sleepaway Camp is one of the.
Oh, I love Sleepaway. Yeah,
I mean, I experienced it in the 80s, and the experience I got at just the end of the movie and that face.
I was 6 when I saw Sleepaway Camp for the first time.
It impacted me. It impacted me a lot. I don't know how well it relate to kids nowadays, but at that time in the 80s when I watched that movie and the twist ending and the whole movie, I don't know. It just it's kept it in the top 5. Halloween part, 78 and Sleepaway Camp are in my top 5 still, and they really are. Like just the impact that it left with me.
Yeah. I can see
it sits there. I can't see it moving out of the top 5. Although Terrifier creeped up. Terrifier 1 and 2. I really love
it. Sturdy told me about Terrifier. He told me about it over and over. And I'm like, all right. I just thought it was going to be another clown movie, but it was
no. I had Steve Barton on, who's the producer on it. He was a really cool dude, and I related to him well because he was a guy who really struggled, and this opportunity being a part of Terrifier 2 took him to levels of success that awesome. He never imagined, and it was such a great time talking to the man. So if you ever get a chance to talk to Steve Barton, the Levy brothers from Fuzz on the Lens were associate producers.
Yeah,
they're doing the Stream movie. Doomsday's Crypt's actually going to be in that movie. They got Felissa Rose, they got Daniel Harris, they got David Howard Thornton, they got oh my God, they got so many people in there. I think Dave Sheridan's in there. I'm sure Felissa Rose is in there. Tony Todd's in it. I mean, they got like the best of the best 80s icons, and that movie's going to be coming out. So you can check out the Indiegogo for that one. And it's called Stream. And big luck to best of luck to those guys, Mike and Jason Levy. Those guys are horror fans like ourselves, and they've built themselves up to be a real important part of the horror community. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. That shit.
But it's been awesome hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, I gotta get take off.
Same here.
And thanks for having me on, Aaron. Sorry if I rambled on, man. I just get excited talking.
We've been doing this shit as far as, of course, not recording conversation, but talking about horror since we were little kids, and we're still doing it years and years and years later. All them years our mothers are telling us we were wasting time, and now look.
Mm-hmm. And I joined your page.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Go to the group though too. The page is great, but the group is we're really interactive.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
If
what
you
I'm
see
saying.
me, John Henderson, you can send me a friend's request too, and I'll accept that. Yeah, you know what's funny is my parents. You know, my dad was supportive. My mom was really like, yeah, it's rated R. You can get the NR not rated movies, and we all know what the not rated movies are way worse than the R rated movies.
Yeah.
But they've gone to a few conventions, and it's funny, man. They are so into the horror experience and the convention experience. It's brought me and my family closer. So that's what I really love about Doomsday's Crypt.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's been real special. But thank you, Aaron, and you know, it was great meeting you.
Nice to meet you.
I don't see your name up there, so I'm trying to remember your name.
Henry.
Henry. It was good meeting you, Henry, man. Definitely stay in contact, and I'll bring you guys on my show one night.
Oh, definitely.
You can ramble.
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
talk some horror, and we'll
Fridays
hang out.
best.
And I did share you guys out. I did share you out on my
Awesome.
YouTube, on my Facebook channel and stuff. So
no, you always show love, man. We already know how it works. You always show love.
Well, yeah. Well, I think, like I told you, I think you're one of the best out there. I think you should have a lot more people following you, and I think you're fantastic and have a fantastic show, and you deserve it, man. Yeah, it'll get there. You, like I said, to me, you're one of my favorites, like my personal favorites, go-to shows to watch. So
I appreciate
it's an honor to be on. Thank you.
It's an honor
I'll
to
talk
have
to you guys soon.
Have a great night.
Take it easy.
Have a
Peace
great
out,
one,
guys.
And everyone out there watching, if you're still up watching, have a great night. I'll see you in your nightmares. We're gonna get out of here too. Peace.
Peace.
Just hold up. Let me hit this end. I'm just